Hey y'all! Hello YouTube! Greetings! Welcome to my first ever cooking video. Can you tell by the ingredients what we're cooking today? Today we are making a cheater version of chicken and dumplings. So these are our ingredients. We have, of course, our chicken. This happens to be boneless, skinless chicken breast. It's already seasoned with garlic and herb. Feel free to use any kind of chicken you would like. Wings, thighs, breast, whatever you have, leftover rotisserie from the grocery store. We have powdered chicken bouillon. We have sazon. We have baby carrots. We have no yolks dumpling noodles. I got a little bit of flour. We got granulated garlic, a couple cans of cream of chicken. We got some parsley. I don't have onion powder, so we're going with just a little bit of chopped onion, dehydrated, and some chicken stock. Today we'll be using our Ninja Foodi. So here's our Foodi. This is what we'll be using to cook. Today we're going to be using two different features actually. We'll be using the sear saute to just get a light brown, kind of a par cook, a half cook on our chicken. And then we're going to use the slow cook feature. So we're going to come right on in here to the Ninja. Ooh, don't pay attention to those ashy hands. Ashy hands are a sign of someone who washes their hands often. So it's good to have ashy hands. So we're going to turn her on. We're going to flip her to sear saute. And we're going to bring her temperature down to, we'll go with medium high. And we're going to let her start to get a little warm, and we'll come back and put some oil in the bottom of the pan, and we'll come back and check on her in a minute. All right, guys, welcome back. We're here with the Foodie. It's been warming up. I'm just gonna test it. Y'all hear that sizzle? Test it with a little splash of water, make sure she's hot. So we got that going. Here's our chicken. As you can see, I floured about half of it. I didn't want to flour all of it, and it's not really like important. It's just that a little bit of flour in the bottom helps you start like a little bit of a faux roux, so you can get you know, a nice little thicker sauce slash gravy slash broth going when you get going. So we're just going to kind of push this off into the Foodie. She's on sear saute. Just gonna push these last few pieces off in there. We're just gonna let that get a little brown. So we'll come back in a few minutes, let that get a little brown, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're back. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm just moving this chicken around. She's still sizzling. Hopefully you can hear that. You can see when I kind of clear the bottom of the pan, you got a little bit of that brown yummy goodness sticking to the bottom of the pan. That's good. And we're not worried about cooking this chicken all the way through. You can see I still got a lot of pieces that are a long way from done, but I just like there to be a little bit of direct pan contact. You really could have just cooked it all just in the broth, but I like a little brown on mine. So that's about brown enough. It's kind of par cooked at this point. Don't forget we're going to be slow cooking this, so it'll cook for 4 hours, and it's going to get done. So we're going to go ahead and add our chicken stock. And that's going to help get up those brown bits that are sticking to the bottom of the pan right now. I'm going to go ahead and use the whole box. We want it to be a little a little wet. You know, we want a lot of juice in there. Because what's going to happen is we're going to kind of cook the chicken in here with all its seasonings and let it get nice and done and make sure the chicken is nice and tender. I'm scraping the bottom of the pot so we get all that good stuff up that was sticking to the pot. And then we're going to add our noodles in the last hour. So this is a cheater version of making chicken and dumplings. So that you don't have to roll out dough or do any of that stuff. And I prefer more of a thick noodle kind of consistency rather than the big puffy kind of biscuit dumplings. So we got our broth in there. Now we're going to add our bouillon. And you season your broth to your contentment. You season it how you like it. I like it very chickeny and very peppery. I like a lot of black pepper. I like to add a little sazon. And I just thought of another seasoning that I like that I probably should add in here. So we got our sazon in there. I'm going to put in a little bit of granulated garlic to the amount that makes you happy. I don't have any measurements. And I'm putting just about a half a capful of dehydrated chopped onion, just because I like that. And one more thing I'm going to add. It wasn't on the original ingredient list, but hopefully I can find it. Okay, I found it. Wanted to add some of this. I love this seasoning. I get it from Trader Joe's. It's called the Mushroom Company Umami. And it just makes all of your dishes have a yummy, like really deeper, more savory taste. So I'm throwing that in there. And again, you season how you want to season. Now, mind you, right now I'm still on simmer saute. You see the sazon gave my broth a little bit of a deeper, richer color, almost orange. But that's the nature of sazon, and I knew that might happen, so we'll see. So we've got that in there, and we're going to lower this to slow cook. All right, so we've lowered changed our function to slow cook. It's on slow cooker mode, high, which is a 4-hour cook, and it may not take that whole time. But now we're going to add our cream of chicken. Nice, it almost cleaned the can. And we're going to add 1 cream of celery. Okay, she didn't come out all in one fail swoop like the chicken did. So we're going to give her a little help using a rubber spatula. There we go. So now we've got a can of chicken, cream of chicken soup, cream of celery soup. That's going to make it very creamy and thicken up the broth to a consistency that's closer to maybe like chowder. And if we need to, we do have a second can of cream of chicken, but we'll just see how this progresses. So we got it on slow cook. We'll check on it in about 2 hours or so. Ciao. All right, guys, it's been about 1 hour and 10 minutes. Let's see what's happening inside of our Ninja. on slow cook. It looks like it's making a really nice savory broth. Let me get a spoon where we can actually see what we've got. So can you see the consistency that we have so far? Let's just see what that tastes like. Pretty good. We'll use a little more salt, so you got to remember to just kind of season as you go. But there's some of my cream of mushroom. Still hasn't quite broken down. But it's making a nice, lovely sauce. So we'll probably let this go another hour, because I'll probably let it end up cooking a total of about 3 hours. I'll probably let it go another hour, and in an hour we're gonna come back and we're gonna add carrots and our egg noodles, our cheater dumplings. Okay guys, we are back. This has now been on for just under 2 hours. We're gonna take a look at what we got. Broth still looking good. We're actually gonna add in some carrots. I took some baby carrots and just cut them up kind of on the diagonal. So we'll throw those in there. And now our no yolk dumplings. We're gonna dump those in there. I'll just use the whole bag. This is my first time making this, so I don't have measurements or know exactly what's appropriate, but we're just gonna put it in there. So that's our dry noodles with our chicken. I wanna make sure everybody's wet and everybody's covered. And I may need to add a little more broth, and I may need to add my other can of cream of chicken. Don't really know yet. I'm gonna kind of see what this does first. Get everybody underneath. Get everybody in the swimming pool. And we'll do that like that for now. I'll check on it in about a half an hour and see if I feel like we need to add a little more liquid. But we're still going. Okay guys, we're back. Take our final look and see what's happening in the Ninja. This has been cooking now for a little over 3.5 hours total. And that's what we have. Now, let me stir it around a little bit for you so you can get an idea of the consistency, what that looks like. Last step, just to add a level of lusciousness, we're gonna stir in about this much butter. I don't know how much that is, but it's the amount that it is. Yeah, you use how much you want to use, or don't use any at all. But we're gonna excuse me, y'all. We're gonna stir that in. A friend of mine is actually coming over to get a plate of this. So I'm really excited that I have someone to share it with, because this is way too much for me. So I'm gonna kind of let my butter just melt down over all the chicken. Some big hunky pieces in here. Over all the chicken and the carrots and our noodles. Just give it that little extra bit of luscious flavor. And that's our chicken and dumplings. I'll come back and show you it plated up. Have a great night.